Here, I recently heard a story about a lot of kids getting bullied. Yeah, I watch Disney Channel. Disney Channel tells me everything. Nowadays, I've been feeling kind of bad for those who get made fun of, because I often see kids at my school get bullied. Not necessarily bullied, but kids that take it to heart when you call them names or make fun of them because they're not wearing the right clothing. It hurts people's feelings, and I really think it should stop. So I'm here trying to make a difference and make a change in people's actions and reactions. Isa, answer this question for me. If you saw someone bullying another person, what would you do?
I tell a grown up or stand up to myself and tell them to stop.
Yes, that's what you're supposed to do.
Grown up, like bullying, it has happened to me in pre-K. But I stood up for myself and I've been brave and they leave me alone. Yes, sometimes I've been rude, but
It actually happened to me myself. I was in 3rd grade, and I had a best friend, and I loved her so much. Her name was Angel, and she knew that I had a heart condition. I have a heart condition that doesn't allow me to run as much as other children, so it limits me to like sports and being athletic. I love sports, but I can't play the ones that involve a lot of running. So the only sport that I pretty much play is volleyball, because it's bumping the ball and that's it. But anyway, back to my story. We were best friends, and I often had to go to the doctor, so he'd give me a heart monitor. A heart monitor would obviously monitor my heart and show like if my heart's racing, then what? It's hard to explain, but when my heart's racing or when a heart attack's about to occur, what happens and like how fast my heart races, and eventually it just stops. So that's pretty much why they put the heart monitor on me. And I trust my best friend enough to tell her about my heart condition and about my heart problem. And eventually we got into an argument at lunch. I remember exactly where it was. At lunch, and we were just talking smack back and forth, and I called her a backstabber. So once I called her that, I guess she got ticked off, and she yelled across the whole table, "Hey everybody, Kayla has a heart monitor, and she has a heart problem." And that hurt me so bad. Ever since that day, kids were like making fun of me, asking, what was a heart monitor for, this and that. Oh my gosh, like looking at me like I wasn't like a normal kid. I am. The only thing is that I have to wear a heart monitor, and that's not much of a difference. Other kids have those too, and that doesn't stop me from being any normal than the other ones. Kids would say I was weird, I was a robot, that they'd make fun of me. I often covered it with a hoodie, but that wasn't enough because you always saw my wires sticking out from the bottom. So they would make fun of me and ask me why wires are coming out of me and a bunch of other things that hurt me. But I was too young to realize what I can and cannot do.
just realized we should put stop bullying on the first one. You know how people put stop bullying in the first part, and then after that we just say it.
Yeah,
We should do it.
that's what we did.
No, but we didn't put the sign and then carry on.
Yeah, but that comes later. We have to do it when I edit the video and stuff. That's when I put it. But anyway, where was I? Yeah, they'd have to make fun of me, and I wasn't at that age yet to where I should react. All I did was cry. I just cried and cried and cried. So when she had made fun of me, I left the table and I went to a table all by myself. I sat there and I sat there and I sat there, and I waited and waited and waited. Because obviously we're in elementary school, we have to wait for our teachers to pick us up from lunch. So I waited and I waited, and my teacher saw me crying, and she asked, "Kayla, what's wrong?" And I told her, "Miss Schaefer, I I couldn't even speak. I could barely breathe. I was crying like a lot. So I went to her and she asked me what's wrong, and I told her Angel made fun of me because of my heart problem. And after that, Angel hated me. She called me a snitch. She said I was like a bad friend just because I snitched on her. Obviously, my cousin's story was different from mine. She did the opposite of what I did, and it got her to better places. She told a teacher, or she stood up for herself, and that's honestly what I should have done, because nowadays, Isa, my cousin, doesn't have people making fun of her anymore, only because she likes to stand up for herself. That day I didn't stand up for myself, and I definitely wish I would have, because believe it or not, standing up for yourself or even telling a teacher can definitely make a difference. When you stand up for yourself, it shows people that you can improve who you are, and that no matter what you do, no one can obviously bring you down, because when you stand up for yourself, you're standing up for yourself, not for others. But even you also, speaking of standing up for others, you should. For example, if I saw my little cousin getting bullied, I would probably freak out on the person who was bullying her and stand up for her, because she is my cousin and we're blood, and I love her. So even if I saw a kid that I didn't know, I would stand up for him, because that's just the type of person that you have to be, and you have to react, and you have to change the fact that other kids are rude and different, but that means nothing, honestly, because their lives and your lives are very different, and you have to realize that. So again, please stop the bullying, honestly. Why do you think kids bully, honestly? Isa, do you have an answer for that question? Why do you think bullies bully other people, like big kids bullying nerds? Why do you think they do that?
If someone gets a lot of stuff, the bully might be jealous, or they hate them a lot that they don't even care. Or if they didn't really get along, like, let's say this one nerd gets A's every time on their tests, and this bully gets D's every time, and that bully is jealous. So he goes and bullies that other person so that way he could copy off of his answers.
I understand. Thank you, Isa. Oh, you have a sign? Always just show it at the end.
I'll go make more designs.
But yeah. Honestly, bullies bully other people because they have no other life. They want the life that you have. They're jealous of you. They want to be you. People who don't like you are just haters. They're jealous. They like everything about you. They like that they don't have what you have. They like the clothes that you have that they don't have. They like the shoes. Oh my gosh, those shoes are so nice. I don't have them. That is pretty much the only reason that they treat you like that, because they're jealous. And think about it. Kids are mean. Bullies. Is he calling you?
Yeah.